October 16th, 1972. We're back in Anchorage, Alaska, and a Pan-Alaska Airways plane is leaving for Juneau with some kind of like important people on board. First, we have Congressman Nick Begich from Alaska. 2, we have House Majority Leader Hale Boggs, a very important politician from Louisiana. 3, the assistant to both of these guys, whose name was Russell Brown. And 4, their experienced pilot, Don Johns. That's a great name, Don Johns. Don Johns. I like that. Don Johns. It's like a tequila. I don't know. Okay, so listen. So they were en route to a political rally in Juneau, but they never made it. Now, normally when a plane disappears, there's a search, of course, yes, but this was next level. Now, when their plane disappeared, it triggered the largest search and rescue operation in U.S. history at that time. It lasted 39 days, utilized 40 military aircrafts, 50 civilian planes, and they covered over 325,000 square miles of glaciers, mountains, coastline, and ocean. It took a total of 3,600 hours of flight time, and some places even got double-checked on foot. And it left everyone completely puzzled because nothing was found. Not even a bolt, not even an airline peanut, not even a shoe, not even a toupee, nothing. Nothing was found, okay? Nothing. So the government was like, okay, we're calling it. And the search was canceled on November 24th, 1972. Everyone on board was officially declared dead on December 29th. Now, this was the event that made people realize, they had no idea what they were dealing with, okay? Nobody knows what the hell is going on over there. And it's when the Alaska Triangle, officially gets its name. Some people think, there was foul play involved in this specific crash because it turns out that Hale Boggs, one of the 4 guys on the plane, now, he wasn't just like any congressman. He was on a special commission that was dedicated to investigate JFK's assassination. And Boggs knew something was fishy with the whole situation. So publicly, Congressman Boggs, he supported the conclusion that Lee Harvey Oswald had acted alone. He was like, yeah. But behind closed doors, it was said he actually didn't buy it. And he was really trying to reopen the case. Now, this was going against the FBI's wishes. Congressman Boggs told people that the FBI, they were tapping his phone and other members of Congress. And he said that he had proof they were doing it. And Mr. Boggs, he was not holding back. He was calling out J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI at the time, demanding for him to resign, believing that he had too much unchecked power, and that guy just needed to go, okay? So, Mr. Boggs was vocal, and he made some enemies, some big ones. And there was evidence that someone wanted him dead, and that someone was the FBI. Hale Boggs. It sounds like those really healthy. Hale Boggs sounds like those healthy ice creams that have 10 calories in them. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think Hale Boggs sounds like a healthy ice cream alternative, but it tastes like crap. Or it's just giving me ice. Maybe because we're in Alaska right now, shaved ice. I want a Hale Boggs. I gotta get rid of these things. If you're watching over on YouTube, I have to let the mittens go. They are releasing fluff in every direction. It's up my nose, it's in my mouth, it's in my eye. I'm so sorry. I was committed to the idea, but I have to let it go. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mittens. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Hold on. a terrible idea. I'm giving those mittens 1-star review. Okay. All right. It's not coming off. Okay. Hold on. Free. Yay. So, listen. Okay. When the flight that Boggs was on pulled a Douglas and poof, disappeared, people were extremely suspicious. I mean, after all, Congressman Boggs was actively trying to get the FBI to reopen the JFK assassination case against the FBI's wishes. And then he disappears. Very convenient, you know? After searching and everything, nothing is ever found, and no one comes forward with any information. That is until 1994. Now, this is when a man named Jerry Max Paisley decided to start talking. Jerry Max Paisley was a convicted mob hitman. He was a bomber, and then in 1994, he was sitting in prison, in Arizona, for murder. Yeah. Jerry Max Paisley sounds like a beautiful wallpaper that I would put in my Animal Crossing home. That would be like a cute little paisley design, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely sounds like a cute wallpaper, right? Or a pad. Get the Jerry Max Paisley. And since he's already in jail, he starts to talk, in hopes to get some kind of plea bargain or something. So he tells a reporter that, quote, in 1972, I was given a locked briefcase by a member of the Bonanno crime family. I flew it to Anchorage and handed it off to 2 guys. They said something big was about to happen, end quote. Now, Jerry Max Paisley said he found out later that the briefcase he was paid to deliver had a bomb in it, and that it ended up on the plane that vanished with Congressman Boggs. So, did the plane blow up? Okay. And Jerry, he had some credibility here, because after the whole bomb exchange, he ended up going into business with one of the men who gave him the briefcase in the first place. They ended up co-owning a bar in Anchorage. It was kind of weird. He ended up getting married to one of the chicks whose husbands was on the plane that went missing. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Jerry said that there was one day when the two of them were hanging out, him and the business partner guy. They were hanging out, they were drinking, they were fishing together, and then the guy tells him, he's like, yeah, there was a bomb in that suitcase and it was planted. It's crazy, huh? And to Jerry, this was new news to him. Maybe, probably not, but he's like, what? That's crazy. The guy's like, hey, remember how we had you bring us that suitcase? Well, guess what? It was a bomb. They didn't even see it coming. That's crazy. And then they just keep fishing, So Jerry, he goes on with his life and whatnot, and he confesses all this later on. And the journalist contacts the police in Anchorage, Alaska. So by this point, it's 1995. And the Anchorage police are what? This is crazy. This could solve everything. So the police sergeant in Anchorage, his name was Mike Grimes, he contacts the FBI right away. He's like, oh my God, you gotta hear this. This is crazy. So the FBI, they immediately send agents to interview Jerry Max Paisley. And the agent that Sergeant Grimes talked to agreed that this was a huge turn of events, and that, she was gonna keep him posted as to what was going on. So Police Sergeant Mike Grimes, he is just reeling from this information. He is dying for an update, and weeks go by and he doesn't hear anything. So he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna reach out to the FBI, I'm gonna talk to the agent I talked to and figure out what's going on. And this is when it gets weird. So Sergeant Grimes ends up meeting up with the FBI agent in Anchorage, and she basically tells him that she was told to just stay out of it, okay? That was it. Stay out of it. Very unsatisfying. And they literally never heard from the FBI again. Now, Jerry Max Paisley, he offered to take a polygraph test, but no record shows like it ever happened. So there were no charges, there was no follow-ups, there was still no clear answers. And that's when the story died. And so did Jerry Max Paisley in 2010. But my thought was, okay, if it blew up, still, wouldn't you find pieces? So then I was also thinking, okay, it blew up. There were pieces. Did they have like a cleanup crew on deck who went and like hurried and like cleaned it all up and then made it look like it just disappeared? I don't know. But this again just added to the phenomenon of the Alaska Triangle.